How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious, and we have truly, sincerely incredible things coming in Raid Shadow Legends. A lot of updates and teasers for things to come are not always the most exciting in this game. Let's be honest, the game's been out forever. Big updates are not guaranteed every time we get a patch or we get a little sneak peek of what's to come. This is not that, though. This is huge. There are multiple enormous things coming that are teased in this episode of What's Next in Raid. This is their 10th episode, and as you'll hear, they're kind of making it a hype because 10 is a milestone in terms of them creating this content, giving us sneak peeks of things to come, and the sneak peeks they give us here are truly phenomenal. So let's watch the video. Let's break it down. I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible. Before we do, I want to quickly say, if you're not yet playing Raid or you want to start a new account, use my link in the description and the top pinned comment. This is the best free link you'll ever have to download the game. 6 OP champions immediately. It is an incredible way to begin a new account, and this is an incredible way to begin a video. What's next in Raid? Let's see. It's really juicy. I'm not overhyping this. This is really good stuff.
Hey everyone. What's Next in Raid has reached a milestone episode. It's the Big 10. This time, we've got an exclusive look at new champions coming to the Argonauts faction, as well as a different spin on the Coalition event, and several important quality of life updates. Let's dive into it.
We are going to watch the video through together because it's pretty short. It's 5 minutes. I've got it on 1.25x speed. It won't take long, but the order they put the rollout of this information was definitely an interesting choice because this stuff at the beginning is cool. The stuff in the middle and the end is phenomenal. So I just want to have you prepared for that. Let's get through this part and get to the really good stuff. Though this is nice.
Raid will celebrate its 7th anniversary this year. Can you believe it? And this year's theme puts our newest faction right at the forefront. As part of the celebrations, you can expect the Bastion to be decked out in resplendent marble architecture and plenty of awesome events for you to get involved in.
So that they're kicking things off with the new skin that will be on the Bastion home screen. Cool. It's all uphill from here. Don't worry.
The Argonaut is a massive archipelago in the southwestern seas, home to the Argonauts. Inspired by a timeless aesthetic, these mighty warriors embody ancient myths and legends.
So here we're getting some of the visuals for new Argonaut heroes that are coming. This guy in particular looks really cool. Overall, I love the idea of the Argonauts, but from what I'm seeing so far, I don't know if I'm in love with the aesthetic.
Expect mortal heroes in search of fame, powerful individuals who...
I'm looking very Greek, kind of like a godly Greek guy here. He's got almost like a Socrates beard, but then everything else, he looks like some deity. This is a cool one.
Have become unwitting idols of worship on distant isles, and everyone in between. Keep an eye out on our news and social media. We'll reveal more about the Argonauts and the 7th anniversary event when the time comes.
You heard there, they said they're going to reveal more about the Argonauts and the 7th anniversary event. I think it is very likely the anniversary fusion will be an Argonaut, or there'll be like an Argonaut Titan event, something like that. Clearly, they'll be tying in the Argonauts to these anniversary festivities that are going on in the game, and that's coming up this month, right? The anniversary month is March, so buckle up.
Next up, we've got a new twist coming to the Coalition event, and an upcoming first of its...
So the Coalition events are those long-running events where we're doing tasks over a few weeks. They're always in conjunction with some event boss, and we have to do something like that. We have to do some kind of fusion, so on and so on. The most recent one was with Ezio and these assassins. We had one over the summer with Tholin and the Chaos Awakes event. So I think a lot of it's going to stay the same, but they're adding a new style boss you're going to hear about, and it definitely adds a ton more flavor to what's going on.
Coalition event, you'll be facing off against a much tougher variant of the Demon Lord. The good news is you won't be beholden to keys or energy to take it on. Battles will get progressively more difficult.
So you can see here, it's going to be a souped up version of the Demon Lord, but functionally, it's going to be a world boss. So not a clan boss that we're all fighting together with our clan. We're going to be fighting it all together as a server. That should be pretty dang cool. And you will see each period we go to fight it, there will be different conditions we can accept. And if we fight under those conditions, we can earn a lot more points towards the Coalition event. So you'll see there's a first condition, second condition, third condition. These conditions will cycle. If you accept more conditions and put up really high scores, you're going to get more Coalition points.
Called as special conditions come into play. And you'll need a well-rounded roster of champions to complete various challenges. Reaching specific damage milestones in each battle will earn you points. And you'll get extra points if you rack up enough damage to exceed the final milestone.
So yeah, after you go past the final milestone damage mark, extra damage is going to lead to extra points. This is a new way to be creative and competitive with your roster. Hopefully, this is going to let new champions shine that may have been sitting in your vault, so that's always a welcome change.
The more points you earn, the better your personal score, and the better the rewards you'll get. Don't worry though, Coalition rewards aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, you can see this is like the same thing we're used to. It's just now we also have the battles.
As the entire community reaches new milestones by taking on this demonic behemoth, everyone will unlock even more goodies too. That's the true power of friendship, folks. If you're the competitive sort who likes to pump out the biggest numbers, you can compete against other players.
You can see there,
folks.
actually, it goes all the way up to a 5th condition, which is pretty interesting. People with really, really endgame accounts and really well fleshed out rosters are probably going to figure out some really incredible things. And for the rest of us, it will be an interesting challenge every time it refreshes.
Competitive sort who likes to pump out the biggest numbers, you can compete against other players in the rankings tab for additional rewards. As we get closer to this new type of coalition event, we'll reveal more details, so stay tuned.
I would assume the next coalition event will include this. I think a lot of this stuff is coming sooner rather than later. At least I'm hopeful it is. And we did recently finish a coalition event, so I would think the next one, if that's in 2 months or something, it will include this world boss.
Moving on, we've got some quality of life changes that we hope you're going to be excited by. First up is the live arena friendly battles.
So in my opinion, this is the second biggest piece of news we're getting in this kind of teaser episode here. We can now do friendly battles whenever we want in live arena. I think this is just huge for the entire landscape of Raid, because now you can organize special events with your friends. We can organize tournaments. I think this opens up the game to a lot more depth in terms of the fun you can have. You know, you could make certain live arena challenges where we impose our own restrictions to specific battles and how you select and draft your team. I think this is huge. I think this really takes the PvP gameplay to a new place, and this is big.
The feature lets you fight friends and clanmates in live arena whenever you want. Here's how it works. In the live arena window, there'll be a new friendly battles tab. You can access it at any time, and you don't have to spend any resources to fight in friendly battles, but you won't earn any rewards either. You can battle your clanmates via the clan tab. If you're looking to start a fight, in a good way of course, then you can submit an application visible to all your clanmates who check out this tab. If someone accepts the challenge, you'll get a notification pop up as long as you're not in an ongoing battle.
I think most of the time people won't just blindly set up an open invitation to their clan. Some people might, but usually I think you'll arrange this on Discord or text or whatever, in a chat. Or you'll be doing this within some kind of more structured format, like a tournament or a challenge event, something like that.
Accept it, and you can get down to business. If it's bragging rights over your friends you're after, don't worry, we've got you covered. Head to the Challengers tab and search for your friends by their username.
So you can only have 30 challengers at once. I'm assuming you can clear people out. So when you're ready to fight someone, you can add them. And if there's someone you're not going to fight all the time, you could just delete them afterwards.
Once your friend has added you too, you're good to send them a battle request directly, provided the other party is online and not otherwise engaged. You can only have a certain number of challengers though, so choose your rivals wisely. Once you and your friend have each other registered as challengers, you'll be able to send a direct live arena battle request at any time, provided you're both online, that is. One feature that's been shaped by feedback from you guys is related to fusions. We're working
This is enormous, but I'll let them speak for themselves, but this is enormous.
on allowing you to change a current fusion champion with another champion that featured in a previous fusion or fragment event. Let's break down how it will work. First, you'll need fusion tokens. You can earn one of these every time you complete a fusion without changing the champion out.
So that's the first key thing. When there is a live fusion and you actually do that current live fusion, like we just had with Noldua, for example, upon your completion of that fusion, you will be rewarded with a fusion token. If you eventually start using these fusion tokens to swap out the current fusion for an old fusion, you're going to see that in a moment, you will not get rewarded with a fusion token. I'm very confident they're not going to retroactively give us a bunch of fusion tokens. Maybe when it launches as like a gift, they'll give us 1 or 2, but I don't think if you've successfully completed 65 historical fusions, you're going to get 65 fusion tokens. So it's something to think about moving forward.
Once you have fusion tokens, you can change out fusion champions for the ones you've missed previously. Depending on the champion you want to change to, the cost will be different.
So you can see they're dividing the champions essentially by quality into tiers. This is very interesting to see because they're very aware of the varied quality among their fusions in the past. They're saying Titus, Armons, Thor, Newt, Fabian, Rhodos, these are all obvious top tier historical fusions. But then if we go down a bit,
based on a champion's strength.
These are more tier 2. Though some of these guys are really good. Like we got Ruella there, we've got the Mad Hatter, so on and so on.
Will require either one,
and then we've got these tier 1 fusions, which is just very aware and weird. Let's see if we can go before they put up the graphics so I can show you. It happens very fast, but like they're like extremely aware that they put out stinkers sometimes, or old fusions like a Brachus have not been properly buffed and are irrelevant for a lot of stuff right now. But I think for the vast majority of us, we should be saving 3 at a time, and we should be going for whatever tier 1 fusions we're missing. So for example, I don't have Armons, I don't have Newt, I don't have Tormund. Those are guys I'm definitely keeping in mind, along with the rest of tier 1 as well, maybe some key units in tier 2.
Or 3 fusion tokens. An ongoing fusion event will be required for
I mean, look how good some of these units. I mean, Wixwell is sitting right there. Pretty crazy stuff. There's huge stuff to go get, and you can swap out future fusions for these guys once you have the proper fusion token currency.
This feature to be available. You also won't be able to change to a champion that you've already obtained during their original fusion, fragment summon, or via shards. And
so any fusion you've ever gotten in any way, it's no longer an option to collect this way. So you might say, oh, I didn't do the Titus fusion, but I pulled him from a Void Shard, and I want another Titus to fight another one of the Hydra bosses, another difficulty. Not an option. The second you've owned any fusion, they're no longer an option for you.
And once you've changed once, that's it. You're committed. You can't change the champion again, so choose wisely. Here's some good news, though. If you change the champion out but didn't complete the fusion for whatever reason, any fusion tokens you spent will be refunded. And last...
Pretty player friendly. You don't expect that, but they're doing it, right? So if you do a fusion swap, you use some of your fusion token currency and you fall short, you will be refunded the fusion token currency.
But not least, our final quality of life improvement for today.
Very simple one here, but it's nice.
Labyrinth. Right now, only 1 champion per battle receives mastery scrolls, and any surplus is...
So a good example of this is for the first tier of masteries, the normal scrolls, you need 100. But sometimes it shakes out that your unit that you're farming for is at 98. So when you go to farm the next one, even though you can get up to, I mean, whatever it is, even though you can get up to 32, right? You're only going to get 2 because this maxes out at 100. Now, as long as you have someone else who's looking for that specific kind of scroll, it's not going to be wasted because it will overflow to another unit on that team you fought with that needs that kind of scroll. So you'll see that here.
Being as close to the scroll limit. We're working on changing that so that surplus scrolls will go to a teammate with the highest number of equivalent.
It's funny how they say they're working on changing that. I'm not sure how much there is to work on. I'm sure they've already changed it. They're just deciding when they want to make it available to us. But this is a good example, right? So here, Little Missandei was only 4 away. That maxed her out with the red scrolls. So they did a double battle here for 28 energy. And they got 18. So average 9 per battle. She gets 4 of them. The other 14 are going to Lord Shazar. So they're not wasted. It just makes things a little more efficient. It's very nice. It's quality of life. It's player friendly. It's good.
Scrolls instead. Keep in mind that this only works for champions who participate in the battle. Sitting around and sipping on XP brews in the tavern
they need to actually be brought into battle on that team.
On our 10th episode. But
so here we just have some visuals. I'm actually going to mute him now because it doesn't matter. We've just got some cool visuals and sneak peeks at upcoming champions. Some of them look pretty cool. We got kind of like a dark elf queen. That must be an Argonaut right there. You can usually actually tell by the background. This is obviously an Argonaut. Pretty cool looking Argonaut. But again, I find their designs more basic on the whole. Here we've got a Sylvan Watcher. Another Argonaut. This is very cool, right? So this is some kind of sea god or sea lord. Some kind of unit like this. Easily this could be like a demon spawn before the introduction of Argonauts. But now they're sliding this unit into Argonauts. I think that's pretty dang cool. Very, very hot lady here. Some kind of a Argon tribe priestess or warrior goddess, whatever. And then a little teaser at the end here. They said, oh, we've got something fun coming in the spring. And you can see it's a little production card that they're slapping before filming. So they've got some live action thing coming for us soon. And that is going to be it. Big stuff coming in Raid. I think that Select Your Own Fusion is enormous. I think the live arena friendly battle is enormous. And I think it's really cool. I am curious if they're going to throw us a bone and when they introduce the new fusion swap mechanic, are they going to give us 1 or 2 or 3 fusion tokens? So we're already getting the option. Probably not, but if they did that, it would be really cool. Otherwise, if you want to go for those tier 1 fusions, you'll need 3 tokens, which means you can't start swapping until you've successfully done 3 fusions. And each one of those, you'll have earned 1 token. So then you'll have 3 total. Maybe you want to do a tier 3 swap. That's only going to be 1 token. Maybe you want to do a tier 2. That's only 2 tokens. We'll see exactly what it looks like when it is implemented. One important thing, though, as soon as you have the appropriate amount of fusion tokens to swap, you are probably not going to want to swap immediately unless it's a good fusion to swap out of, you know? So if the fusion's excellent, you don't want to swap out of that. So you're going to want to pay attention, you know, listen to me on this channel, listen to people on Discord, people in your clan, other content creators, anyone you trust, because people are going to advise you, hopefully with some good advice, on which fusions, when they come along, are good swap out fusions, right? So if we think of some past fusions, someone like maybe Granite, he's pretty good, but if you don't need him and you're desperately needing a newt or something, he may have presented a swap out opportunity. I like him, but he's obviously not super, super top tier. But someone like Titus, he would be a horrible swap out because he is awesome. He is super meta in multiple different bosses. Ideally, you want multiple copies. You would not want to miss the opportunity to fuse him, even if you're missing someone awesome like a Wixwell, right? Who we all need if we don't have him. But you'd rather wait for the next fusion or the fusion after, where that fusion is lesser. That's the fusion you want to swap out and go ahead and go for your Wixwell. When you see someone like a Titus, you don't want to make a mistake and miss out on that. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're not yet playing Raid, go ahead and use my link in the description and the top pinned comment. You will not regret it. I've been Fastidious. Share it with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.